Sky, Marley, Sky, how y'all doing? Hey everyone, how y'all doing? I don't even know how hot it is, but it's like 9:30 or something right now, so it's not too bad. Dogs are being kind of rambunctious in the backyard, so I thought I'd give them a walk. But anyhow, I just got back from a vacation down on the Texas coast. Here's my coast hat. No, it's not really my coast, it's just my sun hat. It's kind of rough looking, but y'all see that little pin there with the bloody arm and the sword? That was the flag of the Texas Revolution, the Republic of Texas Revolution. It's what the troops down in Goliad, Texas flew when, okay, so there was Santa Anna, who was like the president of Mexico, and he was like a general too, and very Catholic, right? And they didn't believe in slavery, as compared to all the people that fought in the Texas Revolutionary, all the generals. They were all slave owners, and some of them were exporters. So I mean, Santa Anna crushed them at the Alamo and then at Goliad. The Alamo was just one massacre of like 400 or 500 people, something like that. And it was actually a mission and not a fort. And that was done by Santa Anna, and it was freezing cold outside. And then one of his generals, General Urea, he marched up the coast and took on, I can't even remember his name, but he was kind of a dipshit for a freaking general or colonel or whatever the hell. Baron or Haran, I can't remember. But he made plenty of mistakes. But they got massacred at Goliad at the Presidio La Bahia. And both the Alamo and the La Bahia were, the mission next to La Bahia, the Presidio, and the La Bahia were built by like the conquistadors, and same with the Alamo, but later, inhabited by, the people, the local people born in Texas, because, we're talking about almost a 200-year history prior to the events of the Alamo with, trade. And I also talked about Comanche Hill and the Camino Real. And that was like the main highway from down there in Mexico, all the way to, up through San Antonio, then to Nacogdoches, Texas. And, but everything fed off of that road there. And, let's see. So, when Santa Anna, when Mexico gained its independence from Spain, well, at the time, Spain was like a world power, right? And anyone that was trained by the Spanish or served under Spain, they were like the badasses. Just like anyone that trained with the Romans, when the Romans were a world power, they were able to beat the Romans, except when there was technology upgrades and stuff like that. So, if you haven't seen the videos that I posted on the Killer Fuzz channel, go look at them. I go into the the Comanche Hill in San Antonio. I guess I could go to the Alamo and the missions here. But the Comanche Hill here in, in San Antonio, that's all tied into it, right? The Comanche Hill's kind of a later date, but the Comanche Hill was used to raid people that traveled the Camino Real, and then it was later taken over kind of in the late 1800s, I believe. So, and then, you can learn about the Karankawas Indians down on the coast near Goliad, who lived with the settlers down there. It's just a real interesting history, and instead of like a British aspect of America, you can look at the Spanish aspect of America, which is down here in Texas and Louisiana, and French as well, and in California. So be kind of interesting. It's just kind of interesting to see that stuff. And the French and the British were more up north, and Spain was down here. And Santa Anna, I guess rightfully so, he despised slavery, which is fine. And anyone that he captured that fought against him in Texas for Texas independence didn't receive any quarter, and they were executed. And people think that that's tragic, but also at the same time they think that slavery's tragic. So, I don't know how they treated the Karankawas, other than taking the land. And, and I was kind of looking at the facial features of the Karankawas, and I know people that kind of have those features. All right, I haven't really prepared anything today, so let me see what There's a girl talking about the America that she knows. It's interesting, and it's kind of got some perspective. So here you go.
I never dreamed that I would have to face the prospect of not living in the United States of America. At least not the one I've known all my life. I've never wished to live anywhere else. This is my home, and I was privileged to be born here. But today I woke up, and as I had my morning coffee, I realized that everything is about to change. No matter how I vote, no matter what. I say something evil has invaded our nation, and our lives are never going to be the same. I've been confused by the hostility of family and friends. I look at people I've known all my life, so hate-filled that they agree with opinions they would never express as their own. I think I may have, entered the twilight zone. We become a nation that has lost its collective mind. You can't justify this insanity. If a guy pretends to be a woman, you're required to pretend with him. Somehow, it's un-American for the census to count how many Americans are in America. Russians influencing our elections are bad, but illegals voting in our elections are good. It was cool for Joe Biden to blackmail the president of Ukraine, but it's an impeachable offense if Donald Trump inquires about it. 20 is too young to drink a beer, but 18 is old enough to vote. People who have never owned slaves should pay slavery reparations to people who have never been slaves. People who have never been to college should pay the debts of college students who took out huge loans for their degrees. Immigrants with tuberculosis and polio are welcome, but you'd better be able to prove your dog is vaccinated. Irish doctors and German engineers who want to immigrate to the U.S. must go through a rigorous vetting process, but any illiterate gangbangers who jump the southern fence are welcome. $5 billion for border security is too expensive, but $1.5 trillion for free healthcare is not. If you cheat to get into college, you go to prison, but if you cheat to get into the country, you go to college for free. People who say there is no such thing as gender are demanding a female president. We see other countries going socialist and collapsing, but it seems like a great plan to us. Some people are held responsible for things that happened before they were born, and other people are not held responsible for what they're doing right now. Criminals are caught and released to hurt more people, but stopping them is bad because it's a violation of their rights. And pointing out all this hypocrisy somehow makes us racist. Nothing makes sense anymore. No values, no morals, and no civility. People are dying of a Chinese virus, but it's racist to refer to it as Chinese even though it began in China. We're clearly living in an upside-down world where right is wrong and wrong is right, where moral is immoral and immoral is moral, where good is evil and evil is good, where killing murderers is wrong but killing unborn babies is A-okay. Wake up, America. The great unsinkable ship, Titanic America, has hit an iceberg, is taking on water, and is sinking fast. Speak up.
It's kind of funny. A little humor. I may have posted this before, but check it out.
What's wrong?
Daddy's going to do that.
What?
Daddy's going to do crack.
He what?
He's going to do a crack.
Are you serious? Daddy!
And here's Biden telling us what's really going on with the economy.
When I took office, families are carrying less debt. Their average savings are up.
Don't say that, you stupid son of a bitch.
The only way to spare more pain and more loss, the only way. These millstones no longer mark our national mourning. These milestones, I should say, no longer mark our national mourning.
Apparently, this January, and I don't have any footage of it, but we can just talk about it. Apparently, this January 6th hearing, I mean, I haven't been watching it because at this stage of the game, it's kind of pointless. It's not even using lawfare. It's just using the media and concocting this fake freaking sham of a trial as a distraction and then televising it. You know, I should just watch it and then post like a you know, a list of advertisers that advertise during that, and then you just quit buying their freaking product, you know, and just hand it around because it's freaking stupid, dude. You know, they're apparently there's no cross-examination, and they're only getting witnesses that are favorable to their position, and you know, and if they arrest Trump, then that's going to be the that's going to be a takeover, you know. So I don't know, you know. Apparently I mean, I haven't been watching it, but apparently they're not even allowing like any witnesses from the opposition. only for the one-sided trial and holding people in contempt, and I don't know. It's kind of crazy. All right. Well, I'm almost done here. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and boy, there are the puppies. They were sure looking forward to this long walk this morning. They were out playing hard, man. My garden's doing pretty good. What I'm going to do with all those tomato plants is once they, you know, all them tomato plants start producing red tomatoes, I'm just going to chop off the plant and then just harvest all the tomatoes off the plant like that, because there's just too many of them. But I'm going to probably spray some insecticide on them again. You just need to this year, right? There's lots of bugs. All right, thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment below.